Oh yes! Woo! That's a humpy. That's what we're looking for. Woo! Yes! G'day guys, welcome back to another episode. Today I'm out off Sussex Inlet on holidays, fishing the shallow reefs and also targeting flathead. So I've got a video ahead of you guys for 2 trips that I headed out off here. A few tips and tricks in regards to what I do for new areas that I haven't fished before. And yeah, stick around and see how I went. Here we go, take along for the ride. Yeah, there we go. That's definitely a snapper. That's definitely a snapper. That's a snapper. First snapper of the morning. First keeper of the morning. Up you come. Stay there for a second, mate. Perfect eating size, 35 centimetres. Perfect little start down here, just off Sussex on our holiday. Happy with that. All right, so outfits that I've been using: Daiwa Gallus 802 MFS, 3 to 7 kilo rod, 2,500 crossfire reel, 15 pound braid, 20 pound leader. I've been mixing between a 1/2 ounce jig head when I've been in that 40 meters depth. When I was in that 20 meters depth, I was using 3/8 of an ounce. So similar plastics, 5-inch and 7-inch Daiwa jerk shads have been used the whole time as well. That's the main setup that I was using. And the second outfit that I'm using, which I've got on right now, is a 4 to 8 kilo snapper rod with 4,000 size reel, 20 pound braid and a 20 pound paternoster rig. Hooked with 2 big mouth, or they're like flathead hooks. They're made by Mustard. If you go to the tackle shop, they're really good for targeting your sand flathead. Very easy to hook them in the corner of the jaw and very easy to hook up with them when they actually bite. So they're really good to have around as well. Paternoster rigs, so I've got 2 of them, just using squid strips on the reefs and here on the sand flats to target my flathead and the snapper as well. Fish. That's a nice little snapper. Just barely legal. Oh, Jesus. That's a fish. That's a fish. That's a fish. That's a fish. Oh yeah, that's a hump. Come here. Oh yes. Woo! That's a humpy. Have a look at that. That's a good 50 centimeter snapper. That's what we're looking for. Woo! Yes! Smash that plastic. Oh yeah. Flatheads. One at least. Just stopped off on my way back in from fishing those reefs to get a few flathead for dinner. That's a good sized one. Up you come. That's another keeper. Biggest issue with these guys is their spikes. They absolutely cane them. Once you get a lip grip on them, they're good. Into the keep tank. That's a good one, probably 40. Perfect eating size, sand flathead. Perfect. As soon as you hit the bottom, bang. You can just sort of drag these guys up. You don't have to really fight them. They don't really fight hard. You might get a few really big ones that fight, but it's really just about getting the numbers up straight away. As you can see, that guy is 5 centimeters. Probably only need one more flathead. 3 flathead and 2 snappers, perfect. Perfect little session. As you can tell, the wind is way up at the moment, and I've got to head back in. So let's just get one more flathead. Oh yeah, here we go. That's a good one. Please be a good flathead. Go. It's a double of really good flathead. Don't know how I'm going to do this. There's 2 really good flathead on. How am I going to do this? I have to net the bottom guy, I think. Net the bottom one and land the top one in. That's a good double. Holy hell. That's what we're looking for. Paternoster rig, doubles. There's the first one. That's probably 45. Perfect eating. There's the second one, probably pushing 50. Such good eating, these guys, sand flathead, you can't beat them. Woo! I can't stop on that, surely I have one more drop. Yeah. Up you come. I think it's a snapper. It's a huge Dusky. Oh, yep, that's a good one. That's a really good one. Woo! That's a proper one, 55, 60, that's a proper one for us. Woo! What a way to finish the session. Yoo! All right, so some tips for fishing new grounds, places you've never fished before. Obviously off Sussex Inlet here, I've never fished before. I've fished off Ulladulla, which is about 10, 15 nautical miles south of here. And the conditions just haven't suited for me to punch 10, 15 nautical miles south to go fish those spots. So I sort of had to stay around the heads of Sussex Inlet here. So what I did before I came on the trip is obviously first look at the weather, look at the conditions, make sure that they are safe to go, because it is quite a dangerous bar to get out of Sussex. Make sure that obviously you're wearing your life jacket when you're crossing all the bars and all that stuff, and you have all the appropriate safety gear. The next thing I did was just go onto Google and try and find some GPS marks of some reefs. Not necessarily where people have caught snapper. You can obviously use that, but some people might just say they've caught one snapper and they were there for 6 hours. So some of that information can be a bit unreliable. I'd rather look for the actual grounds where they'll hold. So gravel areas, reefy areas, and mark them up on the sounder if you can get GPS coordinate positions for that. If you have relief shading through Navionics or any of those sort of sounder systems that have those maps, that's also a really good thing that you can use. The ground is the biggest key one. Find the ground where they're at and then go sound over it. So what I did over the last 2 days is just sound over the ground first, find where they are. I've been marking where I've seen lots of bait and lots of snapper, mark those areas, and then I'll go back and plan my drift out, get out of the reef area, plan where my drift's gonna go, and drift over where those marks have been. And that's produced all that success on the snapper so far. So really easy way for you to go to a new area and find some fish straight away. To find the sandy spots for your flathead is a little bit different to your snapper. Obviously for snapper, we're looking for reefy and gravel areas. For our sandy areas, I try and look for contour lines that are either really sharp really quickly, so that might be a deep sandy drop off and you'll have to sound over to find out, or big expanses of similar depth. So I'm fishing at about 35 meters and where I've been drifting is about 35 to 37. So there's not really a big drop off, but I know it's a sandy bottom because when I look at my Garmin sounder, it has a red at the top, nice big red top, and then a yellow and a blue line below it. And actually that blue line, you can almost see through. There's a gap between it. When you're on that hard reef and those gravels, it will come up as a very, very dark red, and it will just be red the whole way through. So being able to understand what the bottom is in your sounder is also a really, really crucial tip. Understanding if you're on reef, if you're on sand, and what that actually looks like. And the only way you can do that is go out to reefy areas that you know are reef, look at your sounder and go, yep, okay, that's what reef looks like, because I know 100% that's a reefy area. And then go to a sandy area and go, yep, cool, I know that's 100% a sandy area, and that's what it looks like on my sounder. You don't even have to go out offshore to do that. You can do that in the rivers as well. So good tip for you guys to know when going to new areas how to actually know what the grounds look like. So I've got some really exciting news for you guys that I've been working to over the last couple of months. I guess for people that have been around for a while, you would have seen that I've changed my name to Real Fishing. That's mainly because I wanted to move the brand towards something and basically create a podcast as well. So the podcast is called Realcast. You can go onto any podcast platform right now and look up Realcast and get the intro episode. The first episode will be out in the next couple of weeks. We're just currently right now filming a lot of the episodes with Realcast. So Realcast is all about the guests. There's going to be a 2-part podcast. One part will be about their fishing career, so from their favourite catches to the most memorable moments that they've had fishing and their whole fishing career from their first cast to the right at that point of that interview. The second part is we're going to dive deep into a technique that they're specifically renowned for, so whether that be snapper on plastics, flathead, using soft plastics, bait fishing, could be any type of fishing technique. There's hundreds of different techniques that we're going to find. So if you guys can think of a guest you would like to have me interview on the podcast, write it down in the comments below. It'd be great to have everyone's input. If you want to watch the podcast, you can watch it here on Real Fishing. It'll be posted up here on Real Fishing as well, the video version of that podcast as well. Don't forget, 7 Seas Apparel, use code REALFISHING10 now. Code REALFISHING10, let me repeat that again, code REALFISHING, that's REEL Fishing 10 to save yourself 10% on anything 7 Seas Apparel. They've just released their new winter line, some fresh hoodies, long sleeve tees, and of course the fishing jerseys that you guys can grab as well. So head over to 7 Seas Apparel, don't forget to use code REALFISHING10, REEL Fishing 10 to save yourself 10% off at checkout. Plastic. Yeah, that's a fish on a plastic. That's a good fish on the plastic. What I might do is just drop that back down, because that's still got bait on it. Drop that back down while I bring this guy up. I just got to be careful about the lines. Here he comes. I think it's a snapper. It is. That's a good keeper. Up you come. Whew. Bit of a bad hook set, but yeah, he's 30, close to 40. Good little start to the morning here off Sussex. So good. Whew. This feels like a snapper. It's got head shakes like a snapper. Hopefully it is. Not sure. It's not big if it is. I was right. It's just not a big one. See you, mate.
Floating, weightless, undersea.
There we go. That's a better one. Please be a legal flathead. There we go. First legal flathead on the board. 40 centimetres, perfect eddy size. Another good one, I think. It's a double of smallies. Double hookup of two small ones. That's a better one. Or is it a small double? Alright, here we go. It's another smallie who fell off perfectly. That's a good one. I keep saying that's a good one and I have a double hookup of small ones, but let's hope this is a legal one. Up they come. Yeah, it's a good one. That's a keeper. There we go. Okay, and they just go bunter once they're in the boat. Jesus. 40, 45 centimetre one. They normally school up, so they're normally really good ones in close with each other. So hopefully the next drop, I'll get another one. Yeah, there we go. Come on. up you come. That's illegal. Up. Thank you. Another good one. Oh, God. 40 centimetre. Perfect eating size again. So good. These are the best eating. There we go. That's a fish. Let's hope that's a decent flathead to finish the session, hey? Just about to pack up. Hopefully it's a nice flathead just to top off the day. It's one really good one and one tiny one. So let's go, get this up. No, the big one fell off. No. Oh well. Can't do much about that. That's fishing for you. All right, well, what a couple of sessions that was. Some really good snapper and also some really good flathead. I hope you all learned something from this episode, and I hope you all go explore some new areas and see what you can catch, because you just never know. It's always worth going to try that new space and new areas, because it's a bit of a challenge and it's always a bit of fun. So hope you all enjoyed it. Leave a thumbs up if you did. Hope you're all really excited about the podcast as well, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.